Hey, it's Max92, welcome back to another reading journal. This is the reading journal for the month of September. Today I have a Kroger brand lemon lime seltzer. I don't particularly like it, but I bought a case of them because I was like, maybe they'll taste like Sprite. And they kind of do, almost taste like Sprite. Anyway, books. So, 2 manga boxes came last month. Both the July one that was missing and the August one that is supposed to have come at the beginning of September. And I also made my way to the comic store, though I did not find everything I had been looking for, so I only have a couple comics. But it is just manga comics. The book that I am currently reading I haven't finished. The print book, whatever. So, still working my way through that slowly. But I got a handful of things to talk about today. It's not overstuffed like that one, what was that? June, I think, where I read a whole bunch. But, yeah, we'll start with Skip and Loafer. This is like a romantic comedy type thing, and it features like this overachiever type girl who's a bit like clumsy and screws up a lot and whatnot, and then you have this dude who's kind of a slacker, but like they still both go to this like prestigious school, so he can't be that much of a slacker. And then some of the other people who they meet along the way. And I've read Kaguya-sama, which is sort of probably one of, if not the best, romantic comedies, so everything kind of gets compared to that. And so, is it as good as that? No, not really, but I think it's good. I liked it, but I don't know if I'll read more or not. Probably leaning towards the not. It didn't really hook me that much. It has some good art. It's got some fun bits in it. I appreciate it as what it is, and the little bit of drama here and there, and the different character types, archetypes, and you've got a main cast of like 4 or so by the time this first volume ends. 4 or 5. And then there's a couple secondary characters. But like, the main dude character has like an entourage that follows him around, but I don't think they're particularly named. So like, you've got like 3 lead girls and then like a secondary character girl. And then you got the lead dude and his like tertiary character friends who don't even get named. But it's pretty alright. And it has some interesting, like, plot lines, potential future plot lines that it sets up in this first volume. Including, like, alluding to the leading dude's, like, secret past as like, a child actor or something. And it's an interesting one in that way. But I don't think it's bad, but I don't know that I'll read more of it. Not sure. So the next thing I have is Kirby Manga Mania. I don't think I talked about it because I think it was in the first manga box I got, which was in like March before I started the show. But I got Super Mario Manga Mania, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. So I went into this and being like, I like Kirby's cool, and I like the Mario one, so maybe I like this one. I did not particularly like this one. They gave Kirby a kind of weird characterization that I grew up with Kirby right back at you, so that's the characterization that I sort of apply to Kirby. But in this book, Kirby, like, talks and makes upsetting faces, and I kind of feel bad for DDD the whole time, rather than DDD being, like, bad. Kirby's just like a chaos deity that is constantly ruining DDD's day, and I don't know. It just doesn't work as well for me. This specific type of like gag manga, but with Kirby, especially with the characterization they gave Kirby in it. I have some pictures I took that I'll just sort of splash on screen to give you an idea of it, and it's just sort of like I don't know. I don't like it. One of the first story is Kirby gets drunk and ruins DDD's picnic. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. It's not my Kirby. No way, no how. I'm boycotting this Kirby. I mean, it's for like a younger audience. I think this would be fine as long as you don't have that specific preconceived notion of who Kirby is. But for me, who does and is not a younger audience, I'm not the biggest fan of this type of gag manga where it's a lot of like silly faces and all that. It's cool here and there, but I don't know. I don't know what to say about this thing. Really, it's just sort of like, it's all right, but I don't like how it characterizes Kirby. So, in the trash. So up next is this: the Great Jahy will not be defeated. I took a little bit of an interest in this one when I saw it on the Manga Box's schedule because I particularly liked Devil's a Part-Timer, and this is a similar concept but with a female lead instead of the dude guy whatever from The Devil is a Part-Timer. So I was like, yeah, maybe this will be fun. At least this single volume, it just doesn't set up as much of a direct narrative arc as The Devil is a Part-Timer did. Over the last couple months, I've read the manga because I watched the one season the anime got, and I enjoyed that. And so while I was reading this, around the time that I read this, I read a bunch of the Devil is a Part-Timer manga, and I liked it up to a point where it started sort of falling into like harem joke stuff where it's sort of losing its narrative. Its jokes are good, but it's mostly just like, this is the joke. See, this is what Jahy looks like in her demon form, but without magic, she looks like a lolly. Isn't that funny? And I don't know. I just don't. It's okay, but maybe the anime is better. I don't know. This didn't really pull me in with just this first volume. It just doesn't have enough of a direct, like, it doesn't have enough of a narrative hook for me for what I want this sort of thing to do. Also, there's the issue that, like, it's got 3, like, pre-chapters or whatever, and then those things are just retold in the actual chapters. So you sort of end up just reading the same thing twice for parts of it. They're not identical, but they share a lot of the same story beats as the actual chapters do, and it takes up, like, these 3 pre-chapters take up this much of the book. Like, it's a significant chunk. For some reason, I was just slow with reading it, and it just took me a long time to read. So I don't know. I want to like this concept, but I just don't know about at least this version of it. Not sure. So the next thing I read is Mashile, Magic and Muscles, which, as described by a friend, is like One Punch Man meets Harry Potter. And that is true, and this is great. Basically the concept is you got this dude who's born without magic, and because he was born without magic, his caretaker, his guardian, the person who found him, raises him to just get very strong and swole, so that he is strong and swole and can just do that. The jokes end up being a lot of him finding out ways to do magic things through pure brute strength. And it's really great. I'm almost definitely will look into reading more of this at some point. It's great. Go check out this thing. I like it quite a bit. So the last manga I have today, because the one manga box did not come with one of the manga, it was on back order or something, it's gonna come next month. But this thing, Happy Kanako's Killer Life. This is another kind of like gag thing. It's in full color. As far as I know, this was like a Twitter comic or something that was then adapted into a physical book, and it's really good. The concept is that this girl, she hate her job, so she quit, and she's on the job search for a new job, and she accidentally applies for a position as a hitman. And it turns out she's accidentally really good at it, and it gives benefits, and so, okay, guess I'm gonna murder people now. It's a commentary on the state of society, as Zom 100 was. It's got some, like, light romantic comedy type stuff. It's got her falling into the pits of despair as she realizes how easy it is to kill people, and how she has very deep instincts to do it on a whim. It's exploring interesting concepts. It's hilarious, and go on the internet. I believe it's probably available on the internet as well. Read it right now. It's super good. Also, since I mentioned it, go read Zom 100 as well. I don't have much else to say about it. It's more of like a joke manga with some story arcs here and there, and each chapter has more of the story arc here and there, but like, go read it right now. So, getting back to the Western comics now, my print subscription of the United States of Captain America still hasn't shown since issue 1. I believe there's like 3 or 4 issues out now, because it's monthly, but they've not materialized in the mail, so I don't know what's up with that. But I went and I got some stuff I talked about, I think, 2 months ago or so, and also one new book that I gained an interest in. Like I mentioned, I have a list over here. They didn't really have everything I was looking for, but they did have Moon Knight issue number 2. This is a variant art. I believe this is a Peach Momoko variant cover. I think Peach Momoko might be the artist that I'm most interested in working at Marvel right now, because this, like, I don't know, watercolor, whatever it's really, really pretty. So, this is more of the Moon Knight. This story is featuring, like, I assume an older Moon Knight villain that I don't know or something. I don't know a lot about Moon Knight, but the narrative features, like, this old man who can mind control people if they drink his sweat or something. And so he's mind controlling a bunch of old people because people don't want to hurt old people. This dude comes in, he's been hurt by these old people, he wants to try to figure it out, and then Moon Knight goes to investigate. It also sort of sets up a little bit more of the concepts that were started in the first issue. I'm very interested in this Moon Knight run just because of what it's doing conceptually with the sort of weird, like, isolated town that's protected specifically by Moon Knight. Again, I don't know a lot of what's going on. I've never really followed Moon Knight. I don't know a lot of what's going on in the wider Marvel Comics universe right now. I know a little bit because I've read some of the recent stuff. So it's sort of like, I'm very interested in what's going on all over this, because it's very interesting. I keep saying it. There's some really, really nice art in here. I feel like I can recommend this Moon Knight run to people because it's been very interesting, just even though just 2 issues in. And as I mentioned, Peach Momoko, I don't know why I keep emphasizing things weird on that. Demon Days, Cursed Web, the 3rd book in the Demon Days series. It's kind of annoying that Marvel keeps slapping number 1s on these because, like, they are consecutive. This is the 3rd book in the Demon Days story. So, like, someone can't really pick this up as a number 1 and know what's happening. This one features alternate versions of, like, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, Mystique, Sabretooth. Brings back the wolf version of Wolverine from the first issue, the Demon Days X-Men issue, and continues the story of Mariko trying to find out about her past and whatnot. Honestly, I want people to buy this and read it because I want Peach Momoko to make more books. This art is all great. I want more of this art. I just want it to go on forever. It's got an interesting spin on the Marvel characters in the universe. Very interested in more of this, just in part because of the different spin on Marvel characters that you know and love, and other part because this art is great. You don't get a lot of Western comic books that are done in this sort of like written and drawn by one person, though this series does have a translator, I believe. Zach Davison does the English adaptation and dialogue, but the story and the art is done by Peach Momoko. So give me more. Just keep making them forever and ever. No, don't stop. Go on for eternity. And the last thing I have to talk about is The Joker, a Puzzle Box. This is issue number 1. This is a murder mystery where Commissioner Gordon has the Joker as the key witness, the only witness who will talk, because the Riddler was murdered. And so, they're trying to figure out who killed the Riddler. But only the Joker will talk to them. So, they have to sort of navigate whether the Joker's even telling the truth, and his sort of... The Joker basically speaks in nonsense and riddles. And they're trying to figure out what's true, what's being hyperbolized, what's actual useful information. And I'm very interested in this. I picked this one up because it was something that I saw on the DC Print subscriptions page, and I was like, that sounds interesting, whatever it is. Like, just even the title sounded interesting. And so I figured I would pick it up and check it out, at least. Check out the first issue. And I think I'll probably pick up some more issues. I'm particularly interested in this one. So, yeah, I don't want to spoil it, because again, it's like a murder mystery. But yeah. I would hang out a bit more, but we're not at recording time here. The camera's going to stop itself relatively soon, I believe, so yeah. Books. Again, I try to read more print books, but it's a lot easier for me to read these at work, as I've mentioned many times. So this is what I end up reading mostly, instead of the other books that I have that I've started but haven't quite gone through. So yeah, that was the reading journal for September. You want to go down in the description, you can get links to all my places: Twitter, Reddit, Discord, Patreon, Bandcamp, Redbubble, in the description. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. If you want to keep with this and other series, this is monthly, but every week I do a tryout of a video game and a cover of a song that I didn't write. So you can look forward to those weekly. If you subscribe, leave a comment if you like this. Have you read any of these yourself? Let me know in the comments. And share the video if there's any of these things that your friends might be interested in that you want to tell them about. Do the things. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!